1973.
Hey there, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. In the film world, we tend to throw the word genius around somewhat recklessly. But Orson Welles, personal faults notwithstanding, was a man who, at the very least, demonstrated a capacity for genius. Throughout his career, Hollywood intermittently embraced Welles and shunned him as he pushed boundaries and broke rules. Perhaps that characteristic, independence, rule-breaking, is what connected Welles to his friend, writer-director Henry Jaglom, who's our guest tonight to discuss Welles. Henry, welcome back.
Thank you.
We'll get to a couple of Henry Jaglom films later tonight, but up next, another film from Orson Welles. This movie is nothing like Citizen Kane, except for perhaps its boldness. It's written and directed by Welles, and he's in it too, though he plays himself. It's Welles' last feature film as a director from 1973, F is for Fake. You were already cutting me off.
I'm sorry,
No, what did I get wrong?
Well, no, you didn't get it wrong, but you said he plays himself, and the whole point of the film is, but not quite.
Right, because it's funny, because as we write these lead-ins, and then as I'm saying it, I thought, that's not entirely true.
He doesn't play himself. As a matter of fact, that is the entire point of the film. He is talking about the fact that we are all not what we seem to be, including him making this film. It is a wonderful box within a box within a box. And he thought that he would finally found a way inexpensively to use found film and interviews and put them together so that he could inexpensively continue to work for the rest of his life if this film had made a commercial success. And things didn't work out the way he had hoped, but this film would have laid the groundwork for the last 10 years of his life if it had worked commercially.
And explain to people what this film is, because I think it helps to have some background when you see the movie.
Well, there was a famous man who wrote a book, and the book was a biography of Howard Hughes, and this famous man turned out to be a fraud.
Right, this is Clifford Irving.
Clifford Irving, and then there was a painter, Amir de Hori, who painted magnificent Monets and Degas and Cézannes, but they were not Monets, Degas, or Cézannes. They were Elmire de Horis, so he was a fake. The fake Clifford Irving was writing a book about the fake de Hori.
Before people knew that Clifford Irving was a fake.
That Clifford Irving was a fake. And Orson found this ideal territory for his evaluation that we are all fakes, that we are all fraudulent, that we invent ourselves, that the work we do is valuable, but is not what it seems to be. And F for Fake is an attempt to show that and at the same time confess that he, Orson, felt that he was a fake.
Right, that's what's, and there are a number of powerful things in the film, but that is one of the things that comes across quite powerful.
I feel that he always felt that, and he thought a confessional was what he needed to do.
And you come across it in the book, My Lunches with Orson, that Peter Biskin edited, but it's your lunches over about a 2-year period?
No, a 5-year.
5-year period in the early to mid-'80s with Orson Welles, and you recorded these conversations, and then 25 years later, they've shown up in this book. And they're fascinating, but what comes across there is not a guy who wants to make an art house movie for art's sake. He's an artist, there's no denying that, but he would have loved this movie to be...
He wants a public.
Yeah, he wants a public. He wants to be heard.
Yes.
And he wanted this to be commercially successful.
Absolutely.
And after you'll see it, I don't think many of our viewers are going to be confused as to why it wasn't commercially successful.
No, it's clear why it wasn't commercially successful. And Orson said to me, that's my blind spot. He said that to me very clearly.
What did he mean by that?
He meant that he thought that if he did an authentic piece of work, people would see through whatever formal disunity it had, or whatever kind of aspects of it were not in the conventional commercial sense, and would find it for what it was, a work of art, and receive it. And he compared himself in that process more to painters or to musicians than he did to filmmakers. And it didn't work, because it's just not true, unfortunately, especially in this country. Filmmaking is considered a business, an entertainment. If you manage to get a little art in there, everybody applauds you. But if it's not commercial, if it's not conventionally commercial in some sense,
Right.
It's a failure.
Right. Henry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here's the film, an underappreciated movie from a man who was hard to underappreciate. From 1973 with Joseph Cotten, Oya Kodar, and of course, Orson Welles himself. F for Fake.